The Chicago Bulls and their fans have now had 3 days to wonder, what kind of cruel, fickle game is this? Sunday afternoon, they led the Lakers by 2 points with half a minute to play. The worst they could expect was a tie and overtime, right? But then suddenly there was Magic Johnson and Sam Perkins. A concussion in Chicago Stadium.
He's got it! He went for the shot from downtown to take the lead.
It was a cold flash that reminded the Lakers are tested, experienced in these situations. The Bulls are in the finals for the first time. Still, the home fans caught a breath. Okay, we've seen this before. We've got Michael Jordan. Michael will take the last shot. And he did, except... So tonight, knowing the next 3 games are in Los Angeles, the Bulls face a must-win. If they don't get it, their passionate fans could be seeing the last game in this building until November. That's how cruel and fickle the game can be at this level, the NBA Finals.
You ready to rotate up? You ready to rotate up?
Michael at the foul line. A shot on the air. Scores! The Bulls win!
This is the NBA on NBC. The 1991 NBA Finals. Tonight, Game 2 between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Chicago Bulls.
An early June night in the Windy City, the view from outside Chicago Stadium, home of Michael Jordan and his Bulls. Their opponents in the finals arrived an hour and 45 minutes prior to the tip, led by Game 1 hero Sam Perkins and their other series headliner Magic Johnson. A minute or so later, Jordan stepped out of his car, hoping for a second chance to send the stadium fans into basketball ecstasy. The Chicago faithful will fill this stadium for the 190th consecutive time. It is, no doubt, the most important game of that sellout streak. The atmosphere here before Sunday's opener was giddy, almost carnival-like. And while there's plenty of excitement and passion here right now, there is also tension, because the simple arithmetic is this: no team has ever lost the first 2 games in the NBA Finals on their home court and then gone on to win the title. Hello, everybody. I'm Bob Costas, along with Pat Riley. Pat, as you see it, the key is for the Bulls not to take the Game 1 loss to heart in terms of adjustments. Your experience in this situation, the last of the 4 Laker titleists you coached lost the first game to the Pistons on their home floor in 1988 and came back to win.
And Bob, that's the key issue right now. If they were to read all of the newspapers and listen to all the criticism about what they have to do in this game, they will go crazy. I'm sure that Phil Jackson knows exactly what has to be done to get his team to play to another level. Don't over-adjust. Just do what you do a little bit better. They played 103 games. They held the Lakers to 93 points and allowed them to shoot 45%. Their adjustments have to come from the offensive end. They are a team that can get 105 points in this game. They will win. Michael Jordan had 36. Scottie Pippen had 19. 4 Lakers had double figures. Paxson, Grant, and Cartwright are going to have to step up and hit the same shots they got the other night. They were good shots. The last point, Bob, Sam Perkins. Sam Perkins has become the factor in the playoffs for the Lakers, and they're going to have to find an answer for him tonight.
Yeah, he had 26 points in the Game 6 closeout of Portland on Thursday with Worthy hobbling, then 22 plus the game-winning 3-pointer in Game 1 here on Sunday. Now, a new look, Pat Riley and I, this thing is going dry by halftime. New look Riley back with us after the second quarter. For now, to the call of the game, here's Marv Albert with former Hawks coach Mike Fratello. Marv?
All right, Bob, and on Sunday afternoon in Game 1, Michael Jordan had an exceptional individual performance. 36 points, 12 assists, and 8 rebounds. But as we have seen, when Michael explodes early, as he did in Game 1, his teammates do not get involved. They do not get the balanced scoring. Mike, do you see the Bulls changing their philosophy away from what took place on Sunday afternoon?
Marv, no question. Michael Jordan was ready for game one, exploding for 15 points in the first quarter. But the problem we anticipated, how much work, energy would be used, eventually surfaced. At the offensive end of the floor, the points didn't come easy. Consistently going against 2, sometimes 3 defenders before getting a shot off. At the defensive end, the assignment of guarding Magic Johnson required bumps, physicalness to slow him down, giving up inches and pounds. So much so that during the third quarter, Michael asked for a break, tried to regroup. In the fourth quarter, saddled with 5 personal fouls, thanks to the guarding of Magic Johnson, the big shot came up short. It certainly wasn't Michael Jordan's fault that the Bulls lost game one, but if they are to win game 2, they need more even distribution from the other players. 3 of the other starters, only 18 points, shooting 9 for 23 for the floor. They had even distribution on the way to the finals.
Going into this championship series, we felt that it would be a matchup of Bulls tempo versus Lakers tempo. Well, game one, it was clear-cut. Los Angeles Laker basketball, they controlled the pace.
The Lakers are 5-2 on the road in the playoffs, and Phil Jackson hit it on the head, saying the slow-down style of the Lakers makes them an even better road team. It lulls the opponent to sleep, takes the crowd out of the game, keeps the score close, gives them a chance to win in the end. The telltale signs from game one, the free throw line. 34 attempts to 18, picking up 14 more points from the line for the Lakers. The second thing, the three-point weapon, picking up an additional 4 points, shooting 5 for 10 as opposed to 1 for 7. Even though Chicago's defense was excellent in game one, the Lakers found a way to pick up the extra points they needed from the foul line and three-point line.
All right, when we come back, the always theatric Chicago Stadium introduction of the starting lineups as we approach a desperation game for the Chicago Bulls as the Magic and Michael show rolls on. We welcome you back to Chicago Stadium for the introduction of the starting lineups. Let's join with Ray Clay on the public address.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Chicago Bulls welcome the world's greatest fans to the Chicago Stadium, the noisiest arena in the NBA. I'm Ray Clay, and tonight's NBA Finals Game 2 is between the Los Angeles Lakers and your Chicago Bulls. Now for tonight's lineups. First for the visiting Los Angeles Lakers. At forward, from North Carolina, 6'9", Sam Perkins. At the other forward, from North Carolina, 6'9", James Worthy. At center, from Yugoslavia, 6'11", Vlade Divac. From Michigan State, at guard, 6'9", Earvin Magic Johnson. At the other guard, from Arizona State, Byron Scott. The Los Angeles Lakers are coached by Mike Dunleavy. The starting lineup for your Chicago Bulls. At forward, from Clemson, 6'10", Horace Grant. A 6'7" forward from Central Arkansas, Scottie Pippen. The man in the middle from San Francisco, 7'1", Bill Cartwright. A 6'2" guard from Notre Dame, John Paxson. From North Carolina, at guard, 6'6", Michael Jordan. The head coach of the Bulls is Phil Jackson.
Yes, it is always bedlam here in Chicago when the lineups are introduced. Now to our masters of the sideline. Both Ahmad Rashad and Steve Jones will be reporting during the game. First, let's go to Ahmad.
All right, thanks, Marv. The atmosphere around the Chicago Bulls the last couple of days was nice and easy. You got to attribute that to Phil Jackson, who's kept his team even keel no matter if they win or they lose. Now, the quote from Michael Jordan was, in game one, we learned something. That was that the Lakers could beat us. Tonight, we hope to teach a lesson, and that's that we can beat the Lakers. Now over to you, Steve.
All right, Ahmad, excuse me. Magic Johnson knows about the lesson plan, and that is an all-out aggressive double team. They have prepared for the last 2 days for it. They're prepared for the backcourt double team and in the front court, and they're also prepared for this noisy crowd. Should be bedlam here in Chicago Stadium. Back to you, Mark.
All right, Stephen, we are set for game 2 of the best of 7 NBA Final. The officials, Jake O'Donnell, Mike Mathis, and Jess Kersey. Game 1 here on Sunday. Lakers 93, Bulls 91 in a game of high drama. Vlade Divac, a major factor, 16 points, 14 rebounds. The Chicago Bulls admit that this is the biggest game of their basketball lives, and they control the opening tip. Jordan and Paxson in the backcourt. Cartwright with Pippen and Grant up front. There's Pippen off the fake on Worthy. And Grant pulling it away from Divac. Paxson around Perkins. And it's a goaltend. The basket counts.
Immediately for Chicago, we see the first 2 moves to the basket in an attempt to get to the free throw line more frequently, something Phil Jackson was concerned about after game 1.
Scott and Johnson in the backcourt. Divac with Perkins and Worthy up front. Now Worthy putting the move on Pippen. Cartwright on the rebound. Offensive foul. Cartwright is called for the illegal pick.
Well, they're certainly trying to clean it up right away. That was not what we would call a hard screen. As Paxson penetrates, the shot on the way down, Divac gets the pieces. Excellent call.
And back comes Magic Johnson, and the matchup remains with Michael Jordan guarding Johnson, at least here at the start. Phil Jackson telling us at practice yesterday that we might see more of Scottie Pippen matching with Johnson. Perkins. And Divac is right there getting the good position.
Interesting. We'll see if it's a steady diet or not, but they came, meaning Chicago, from behind that time along the baseline with the double team, something Portland used only in game 5 that was effective. Rather than trapping from the top or with the passer, come along the baseline.
Here's Pippen getting it back out. And you get the idea that Michael is looking to dish it off here at the start. He is not looking for the shot opportunities. Worthy beating the Bulls down. And the Lakers take a 4-2 lead.
Something the Lakers like to do, run a player out on the shot. Basically, they leave the box-out responsibility to other guys and send either Scott or Worthy long.
Cartwright could not locate the shot, and then he was pushed. Foul call by the outside official, Jake O'Donnell. It's on Sam Perkins.
With a 6'9" point guard who's able to look down the floor over the top of the defenders, Worthy has picked up so many uncontested layups during his career by just running out on the shot.
Here's Cartwright at the step. And he's tied it at 4. As we made reference to on Sunday, during the course of the playoffs, the Bulls usually like to get Cartwright going early with those baseline jumpers, and that's the case throughout the regular season. Divac off a beautiful feed by Magic.
Something you've heard us mention a number of times, the hands of Vlade Divac, an excellent catch that time of a pass that actually was a little bit too long.
What a pass from Jordan. And Grant has tied it at 6. Grant coming over momentarily to help on Magic, who now is attempting to post up on Jordan. Jordan got the help, and Magic gave it up. He has Byron Scott open, and that is a three-pointer.
You come from the baseline to double-team Magic. The only problem is it seems like he has eyes behind his head, great vision of the entire floor, finds the open teammate spotting up.
Byron Scott did not get the shot opportunities in game one, was only 1 for 4 from the field. Pippen off the steal, fortunate that he was not called for the turnover, and Cartwright has cut the Laker lead to 9-8.
Michael Jordan, the conductor so far out here for the Bulls in the first quarter, just kind of running the show, distributing the basketball.
Mike Dunleavy telling us that Byron Scott has sacrificed his game because the Lakers have been thriving with their low post offense, so Scott has had to make the biggest adjustment. It'll be Chicago ball. And now the officials confer, and the ruling is last touch on a deflection by the Bulls. And now another change. They will jump it up. Well, Jake O'Donnell saw it one way. Jess Kersey had it another way, and they decide to go for the jump at center court.
Well, with two veteran officials who both had calls going in the opposite direction, best thing, throw the ball up.
Lakers 9 and the Bulls 8. 3.5 gone by in this first quarter. Both teams have opened up, hitting 4 of 6 from the field. And apparently, well, a loose ball foul call on Perkins off the tip. So the Bulls take possession.
Not that it happened playing defense actually down in the low post. One of the things the Bulls want to do is go at Perkins, go at Magic, make him play defense, maybe pick up some early fouls.
Jordan backing Scott. Yes. He hits on his first field goal attempt. The Bulls 10 and the Lakers 9. Michael Thompson getting set to come on early. 4 minutes have gone by in this first quarter. Thompson is at the scorer's table. Worthy setting up on Pippen. He was so effective on Sunday afternoon. Worthy, despite the sprained ankle, played 45 minutes in game one, more than any other Laker. The alley-oop did not work, but Cartwright is there to convert.
And Pippen had the half step. Jordan saw him, just laid it up a little bit too late. Massive bodies go after it, knock it free.
And the Lakers want to talk it over. A 20-second timeout taken by Mike Dunleavy, with the Bulls leading the Lakers by the score of 12-9.
Jordan spots Pippen going back door. Nice recovery by the Lakers just to get a piece of the ball and stop the initial shot, but then Cartwright on the scene because Divac had left to go get a piece of the ball initially.
Well, in checking out the tape of our telecast from game one, we discovered a remarkable sequence that could have cost the Lakers the ball game after Michael Jordan had missed the shot, and as Byron Scott was fouled, you'll see A.C. Green trying to call for a timeout. The Lakers were out of timeout, so if the official had accepted the timeout request, it would have been a technical foul plus possession.
They would have shot the technical foul first, then would have been awarded, okay? The Lakers would have been awarded a timeout, but could not advance the basketball on that timeout.
However, the timeout was not recognized. Worthy getting it out with 1 on the shot clock. Divac fires and nearly hit on the flame. Michael Thompson has checked in for the Lakers. Cartwright tried to lay it off for Jordan. Thought he'd be cutting by. Thompson steps out on a switch, and Grant able to take the pass from Jordan.
Something that you saw time and time again in the series against Philadelphia. Whenever they trapped Jordan on a double team off a pick and roll, he would find someone in the middle of the lane wide open as they go to their areas respectively.
8-0 run by Chicago. Here's Magic for Divac, and he's fouled. Bulls looking for a tie-up. And a timeout has been taken. 6:29 remaining. First quarter. It's the Bulls by 5.
Check out Michael Jordan's eyes as he looks to his right at the last minute. Divac goes for the eye fake, flies across the lane. Jordan finds his teammate Grant under the basket for the score. Jordan reminding his teammates, keep your eyes open. I'll find you if you're there.
And it was Michael Jordan who committed that foul just before the timeout, his first of the game. Fast start by Bill Cartwright with 6 points. He has already equaled his point total of game 1 on Sunday. Vlade Divac severely outplaying the Chicago Bulls center position in game number 1. Bulls have opened up by hitting 7 of their first 10 from the field. For the Chicago Bulls, their first ever trip to the NBA Finals in their 25th NBA season. Although back in 1946, the Chicago Stags of the old Basketball Association of America lost to the Philadelphia Warriors 4 games to 1 in the BAA's title series. Mike, I know you were checking that one out on radio. You've become so shy these days.
That deserved no comment. Yes. No comment at
all. The Bulls by 3. 6:20 left in this first quarter. Cartwright and the air ball handled by the Lakers. They have Worthy up front now with Divac and Thompson. Michael Thompson coming on for one of the Lakers' heroes of Sunday afternoon, Sam Perkins. Magic Johnson and Byron Scott are at the guards. Shot clock at 4. Divac backing Grant. Here's Worthy for 3. Yes. So Worthy hits from downtown, and he has tied it at 14.
Do the Lakers make a habit out of knocking down 3-pointers with the shot clock going off? 2 of them in game 1. The first one here already in game 2.
Paxson. Johnson stays with him. Pippen, and the lane closed. Here's Grant. Good defensive sequence by the Lakers, but Horace Grant looking to come back strong. He admitted that he was very nervous for game 1 on Sunday. Not happy with his play. 3 for 8 from the field, although he did pull down 10 rebounds. Bulls lead it 16-14. As we come up on 5 minutes left, first quarter. Well, Pippen went for the steal, and Worthy took advantage.
And Grant did rotate on the baseline that time. Problem, too late.
Paxson providing an 18-16 lead for the Bulls. John Paxson looking to get his shot back into it. And you can see in this first quarter that Michael Jordan, there's Divac beating his man, and the game is tied at 18. No question that the Bulls' philosophy, though, is to get everyone involved. Jordan has attempted only 1 shot, and he hit it.
It's not like they lost confidence in the triple post offense. If they did, they would have gone to a lot of isolations this game. They're staying with it.
Pippen on the reverse. And the Bulls have a 20-18 lead. Here's Scott. Crowd responding to the defensive work by the Bulls. And the foul called by Jess Kersey, and that is the second on Jordan. He had 5, as did Pippen in game 1.
It sounds easy to say, Michael, don't pick up any fouls on pass-offs or as Magic backs you down. But when you're giving up 3 or 4 inches, when you're giving up 20, 25 pounds, it certainly isn't that easy.
Do you change the matchup? Do you stay with Jordan on Johnson? Think of all the energy, as you mentioned earlier, that's being expended by Michael, plus the foul situation.
There's no question that he's the best guy to play Magic Johnson, but perhaps you pick and choose the minutes during the game when you do play him head up.
Here's Cliff Levingston, who has come on during the playoffs, replacing John Paxson, who hit 2 out of 2, and Levingston will guard Worthy.
And as you just mentioned, here's the switch right now. Take Jordan off, give him a blow, put Pippen on Magic for a while, take a little break at the defensive end for Michael Jordan.
Good look by Worthy, but Jordan over for the block. And the Bulls were looking for a 24-second violation. The officials checking it out. They have readjusted the clock, and they say 1 second remaining on the 24.
One of the things that Michael Jordan does so well is block shots from behind the post people's heads. By taking them off the Magic, he's able to do that now.
And that is a 24-second violation. 3:38 remaining in this opening quarter. Marv Albert, Mike Fratello, Ahmad Rashad, and Steve Jones from Chicago Stadium. Here's Grant. Strong move on defense by Horace Grant, who has hit 4 of his first 5. Bulls lead by 4.
Perhaps Grant knew he was going to make strong moves to the basket this evening, came back with the goggles to protect those eyes.
Yes, he had discarded the goggles. Crowd applauding the efforts by Pippen. Magic goes to the finger roll, rebounded by Livingston. Cartwright from Jordan. The Bulls in the midst of a run, now lead by 6, and the Lakers take a timeout. Well, we mentioned earlier that several Chicago Bulls candidly admitted that they were nervous going into Game 1, and I talked about that with Bill Cartwright.
Guys were definitely tight, and obviously I've never been in this type of situation before, and none of our guys has. And it's a learning experience, and now I think that now that we've been through it, we realize, hey, it's not that bad. We're just out here, we're playing basketball, and nothing has to change because it is the finals.
Mike, it is so rare where players will admit that they were nervous and tentative. I wouldn't use the word choke. That's a word that may be the wrong one in this instance, but you're bordering in that area because Bulls players said they couldn't handle the pressure. Here's Jordan, and Pippen shoots. Jordan able to recover. And the loose ball foul called on the Bulls on Livingston. And as Phil Jackson pointed out, had Sam Perkins not hit that shot, the three-pointer right at the end of the game, or had Michael Jordan come back and hit that shot in the final seconds, we would not be discussing the fact that the Bulls were nervous or other flaws that we've been able to spot.
It's not that the Bulls could not handle the pressure, it's that they did not respond well to the pressure. They understood what part of their problems were. At least they were big enough to admit it.
Here's A.C. Green, who just checked in. The Bulls lead it by the score of 24-18. This is their biggest lead. They are 12 for 17 from the field. What a pass by Jordan. And again, the recipient was Horace Grant. He is 5 for 6 from the field.
Subtly, Phil Jackson has moved Michael Jordan into the point guard spot, playing Livingston at the small forward.
Offensive foul call on Magic Johnson. That is his first.
And when you talk about having courage and guts, keep in mind that Michael Jordan is playing with 2 fouls right now, yet he decides he's going to step in and take the offensive foul with about a minute and a half left in this first quarter, having 2 fouls. Big move on his part.
Cartwright strip. He had the step. Here's Byron Scott. And the Bulls now lead it by the score of 26-20. Phil Jackson has Livingston up front with Cartwright and Grant. And Jordan and Pippen are in the backcourt. 1 minute to go in this opening quarter. Livingston. Hear the crowd moaning as Cliff Livingston let that jump shot loose.
Well, one of the problems when you have Livingston and Grant on the floor at the forward positions, who's that go-to guy for a score if it's not Magic? Okay, rather if it's not Michael or Pippen taking the shots, I'm not quite sure they want Livingston being the final guy with the ball.
Shot clock at 1. 3-point attempt. Worthy keeping it alive. Bulls trying to run. Lakers cut it off. Then Pippen took advantage and drew the foul. The Lakers relaxed for an instant.
Just a little breakdown in communication. Magic started to stop the basketball, and then when he turned his head right here, Pippen saw the opening, went strong to the basket. Magic assumed someone else was going to run over and pick up the basketball, and he started to return to his own man defensively.
Vlade Divac called for his first. At one stretch, the Bulls hit 5 straight field goal attempts, 6 of 7. They have taken a 26-20 lead with 19 and 6/10 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Chicago Bulls seeking to tie this series at 1-1.
One of the first things you tell players, stop the basketball. Magic got caught that time, couldn't decide whether he wanted to pick up Grant going down the middle or go after the basketball. Pippen taking it strong to the hole, receives encouragement from his teammates.
8-point lead for Chicago. And pressure being employed by the Bulls. Divac, who handles the ball well, gets it up for Green.
Sure, they got it over the 10-second line, but notice right now with 9 seconds on the 24, they still haven't gotten into a set play.
Well, here's Green for 3. A.C. Green from three-point land. 3 and 7/10 seconds to go in the quarter. Pippen had it broken up, and time has run out. A good quarter, though, for the Chicago Bulls. They lead the Los Angeles Lakers, led by Horace Grant, who has come out strong. 10 points on 5 out of 6 from the field. Michael Jordan distributing the basketball, and the Bulls with a 5-point lead on the Lakers. We'll be back right after these messages.
The change of putting Pippen on Magic Johnson rather than Michael Jordan. A little bit bigger, a little bit stronger, able to bump, be physical with Magic, knock him out a little bit further away from the block, and even in the final shot, it's a struggle for Magic to get a good one off. Once again, the man who seems to have a habit of running in and hurting people, caught right in a collision with Magic. It is very physical out here. Let's go over to Steve Jones on the sideline.
All right, Mike, you're true to it. The Los Angeles Lakers spent the entire time out talking about maintain their composure, play through the physical play as we saw it rattle them, and they're down by 5. Let's see how the second quarter goes, Marv.
All right, Steve, it is a 28-23 Chicago lead. Excellent shooting first quarter by the Bulls. 13 for 20 for 65%. Lakers at 9 for 19. Terry Teagle has come on for the first time. Will Perdue and Craig Hodges on the floor for the Chicago Bulls for the first time tonight. Michael Jordan sitting down. Perdue coming on for Cartwright, who had a good first quarter. 4 out of 5 for his 8 points. Pippen played by Green. Shot clock down to 5. Here's Grant. That was deflected short, and Magic out of the pack. Teagle with Hodges back for Johnson. Magic Johnson with his first field goal. You recall on Sunday he took only 1 shot in the first half, but directed the club so well and then came on strong and ended up with a triple-double.
The Lakers are so smart. They sense that this is their opportunity now to get back in and perhaps take the lead against Chicago's second unit.
What a move by Horace Grant, and you saw he lost the goggles momentarily. Someone did take a swipe at him. Divac, standing one-hander, unusual shot. Bulls lead by 5, and here they come again. Pippen putting the move on Magic. And the pace has picked up. Lakers who run selectively, running right here. And Magic Johnson was fouled, and again he took a shot. Shaken up by Cliff Levingston, who's called for his second.
Magic made about 3 different decisions with the basketball. He was going to his left to Divac, he was going to his right to Teagle, and then saw the opening, decided to take it all the way to the glass himself, enduring the punishment along the way. Left, right, nah, I'll finish myself.
And a look from up above as Magic Johnson sweeps in, and he's turned back by Cliff Levingston. The Bulls now lead the Lakers by the score of
26. Sam Perkins checking back, so he is up front with A.C. Green and Vlade Divac. Magic Johnson and Terry Teagle in the backcourt.
Only the 4th free throw attempt for the Lakers thus far in this game. Game 1, 34 for the entire game, an area that Phil Jackson knew they had to clean up.
Hodges from downtown. Perkins met by Purdue.
Second Perkins pulled up behind the three-point line. You saw Purdue flying out at him. Don't give him an easy three-pointer. I'm sure the message came across.
Magic goes to the hook, and Grant rebounds. To this point, Scottie Pippen has done a good job defensively on Magic Johnson. Hodges for 3. And Pippen able to rescue. Scottie Pippen did not hit the outside shot in game 1, and he's struggling here this evening. Only 1 for 6 from the field.
And it's something the Lakers are going to make him do, prove that he can make the outside jumper consistently during the course of the game.
Perkins easily around Purdue, and he served up a facial.
If there's one way that you do not want Sam Perkins to go, it's to the middle of the floor, his left hand from the right side of the floor. I would think they'd make a conscious effort of sending him to his right-hand side.
Lakers have pulled within 1. Here is Pippen. And the Bulls lead at 32-29. In previous years, the rap on Scottie Pippen was he could not hit the jumper, but he did come through in that department this season. And again, it is Perkins. So the Bulls lead by 1. Pippen stopped by the combination of Green and Johnson. Purdue trying to set a pick. Magic showing little respect for the outside touch of Livingston. They like to see him pump it up. Shot clock at 3. Purdue. Strong move by Will Purdue, who played well in 12 minutes of action on Sunday. At his first bucket, it's the Bulls 34 and the Lakers 31.
You know, you mentioned earlier that it's a big game as Terry Teagle takes it to the basket. Call for the travel by Jake O'Donnell. You mentioned earlier how big game 1 was for the Bulls. They were a little bit nervous. This is a big series for Terry Teagle as well. He hasn't been there before.
Timeout has been called. We'll be right back.
In game 1, when the Lakers tried to establish their post-up offense, particularly placing the ball down low to Sam Perkins, they had to make Chicago make a decision. Perkins with the ball, who's going to come to help? In game 1, they decided to remain at home, play straight up one-on-one. The result, easy score for Perkins. Here in game 2, the decision, don't let him to the middle, force him baseline on the shot. Unfortunately, the results remain the same. Perkins still knocks it out.
Sam Perkins led the Lakers in game 6 to knock off Portland with a 10 for 14, 26-point performance, and came up very strong here on Sunday. Michael Jordan has returned, putting the move on Terry Teagle, and he drew the foul. Or let's see, illegal defense. Illegal defense has been called. And that is the first violation. The Bulls get a new 24. Here's B.J. Armstrong checking in for the first time. B.J. in his second year out of Iowa, replacing Craig Hodges. And we're told that Magic Johnson, who was just replaced, asked out, wanted a rest period. Mike Mathis with the call against the Lakers. It is on Worthy. Well, in game 1, the Bulls outscored the Lakers 14-2 with Magic on the bench. They had that 10-0 run, able to get back into it. Michael Jordan has attempted only 2 shots, 1 for 2 from the field. Off the turnover, Lakers able to move to the offense. Larry Drew replacing Magic Johnson. Drew and Teagle in the backcourt. Worthy up front with Green and Perkins. Here's Teagle, lost it. Jordan off the steal. And Michael turns it over.
Michael gambling that time defensively against Terry Teagle, understanding that he has 2 fouls. They need him here to finish out the first half. Reaching in, coming up with the steal. Very fortunate. Also very good.
B.J. Armstrong guarding the veteran Larry Drew. Nice pass. Teagle hacked. So Teagle will go to the line. Horace Grant called for his first. Terry Teagle in his 9th year out of Baylor. He's been around Houston, Detroit, Golden State for 5.5 years. Found a home by the Bay last season. Averaged 16 a game and then signed with the Lakers as a free agent. And asked Mike Dunleavy about the shot selection of Terry Teagle, a question mark in the past. Mike calls him the best worst shot selection shooter in the NBA. He says Terry has to get used to shooting without people on him. He said he's considered having the man who passes the ball to Teagle then guard him as long as he doesn't block the shot. Timeout has been called. We'll be back in a moment. These NBA Finals are a reunion of 3 stars from North Carolina's 1982 NCAA championship team, plus another more recent Tar Heel and Scott Williams of the Bulls. And earlier we talked about that with North Carolina coach Dean Smith.
It really is special, Marv. And incidentally, I hear you have a crazy-looking tie, and I wish I could be there to see it. But I also wish I could be there for the game and watch Michael and James and Sam. And I hope Scott Williams gets in the game.
Coach Smith, the word is you're the only person able to hold Michael Jordan under 20 points a game. I guess you did that with playing time, but if you were defending Michael Jordan, what would you try to do?
Well, wait a minute. Bobby Knight held him under 15 in the Olympic team, so okay. I'm second place there. But certainly what they do now, with your rules, in our game, it's a zone. We were zoned all the time, or a box and one, and I think they go double now. And, of course, Michael didn't have the outside shot in college that he has now. He's improved every year he's played.
So Dean Smith held Michael Jordan under 20. What a wise guy you are.
When he said, I'm sorry I can't be there to see Michael, I got excited for a second, but I think he meant the other Michael.
Yes, I have a feeling. And there is another Tar Heel, former Tar Heel, involved in this series. The assistant general manager of the LA Lakers, Mitch Kupchak, one of Dean Smith's favorites. 34-33, the Bulls by 1. And Green rebounding on the miss by Armstrong. Game 2 of the best of 7 NBA Championship Series. As the Bulls hope to send it back to LA tied at 1 apiece. Magic Johnson making his return. Shot clock is at 8. Worthy off the fake. A good play by Perkins, keeping it away from Purdue.
The long arms of Sam Perkins actually just reaching over Will Purdue, keeping it alive for the Lakers.
Perkins. And the foul called on A.C. Green. So Green and Teagle involved. It is on Green. That is his first. Michael Jordan looking to get the ball to his teammates. As a result, he has attempted only 2 shots, 1 for 2 from the field, coming off the 36-point performance on Sunday. Teagle sitting down, and Divac returns. 6 minutes remaining in the first half. Here's Purdue, rejected. Purdue recovers. Won't count. Offensive interference.
What you tend to forget sometimes is this is a very bigger team on the floor. Perhaps no 7'2", 7'3" guy, but a lot of guys 6'9", 6'10" or better. Purdue going up against long arms. Misses the tip in, ball still in the cylinder. Good call.
Worthy. Livingston got a piece of it.
Livingston did a very good job of guarding James Worthy in game 1. Again, pressuring the shot.
Divac jumping out to help. Another excellent defensive sequence by the Lakers. Jordan for 3. Way off. Got glass. That was it. We approach 5 minutes remaining in the first half. The Bulls have a 1-point lead. Illegal defense called for the first time against Chicago.
What happened that time, B.J. Armstrong got caught in transition guarding Vlade Divac. Michael Jordan saw he was in trouble, ran over and said, get out of here, I'll take him. In the switch, they got caught. Illegal defense call.
And Will Perdue hears it from the crowd, sits down. Bill Cartwright is back. Cliff Levingston departs. And John Paxson returns. Pippen remaining on Johnson. Divac. Magic gets it right back. Beautiful give and go between Magic Johnson and Vlade Divac. Divac has 10 points. Lakers by 1, 35-34. Paxson, yes. So the Bulls lead 36-35.
Keep an eye on the middle of the lane area when Chicago's on offense. Anytime Pippen or Jordan put the ball on the floor and go to the basket, the big men, Divac, Perkins, leave their guy, close off the lane. Steal, that time by Horace Grant.
And Jordan got it right back. Grant could not hold on. Here's Divac. Lakers by 1.
One thing you'll notice about both these teams, they're excellent in transition defense, getting back, getting their numbers back, and then breaking up plays when they are outnumbered.
Pippen had the mismatch. Found Jordan open. Here's Michael. And that is only his second field goal. Bulls 38. Lakers 37.
Keep in mind, when he picked up that second foul, they moved him over to the point guard spot. Not as many shot attempts there.
Worthy posting. There's Jordan over Scott. Magic trying to settle it down. The Bulls lead by 3. The Lakers want to talk it over. A timeout taken. 3:14 remaining in the first half. It's the Bulls 40 and the Lakers 37.
Miller Genuine Draft presents #1 draft choices.
And today's Miller #1 draft pick, Bill Cartwright of the Chicago Bulls. He was selected 3rd overall by the New York Knicks back in 1979. He spent 9 years with the Knicks, then traded to the Bulls, dealt for Charles Oakley, plus the switching of 1st and 3rd round draft picks back in 1988. A reminder, at the end of today's telecast, we'll be selecting the Miller Genuine Draft Player of the game. Well, Magic Johnson taken by the Lakers #1, then David Greenwood, selection of the Bulls, #2. Greenwood now member of the San Antonio Spurs. And Cartwright was 3rd. Again, Worthy with the shot clock running down. That was just within 2-point range. 9 points for Worthy. Divac, the high man for the Lakers, with 12. Grant leads the Bulls with 12. Michael Jordan, a quiet first half by design, looking to get others involved. Now Michael looking to break out. And he has. He's hit 4 of 6. He has 8 points. The Bulls 42 and the Lakers 39 with 2.5 remaining in this first half. And Worthy took a shove.
The same play for the Lakers. Earlier in the game, the back pick on Vlade Divac leading to the catch and score. This time, the back pick, catch, foul on the play will lead to 2 free throw attempts. 2 times after timeouts, the Lakers going to this play.
John Paxson upset about the call. In fact, John has been upset about the number of calls against him recently. Mikey has threatened to change his number from 5 to 99 to make the officials work a little harder. A little twisted sense of humor by John.
He became a celebrity with one commercial on TV now, so now he's a comedian.
John and his brothers. John Paxson spent 2 years with San Antonio. This is 6th season with Chicago out of Notre Dame. Scott did a nice job in preventing that hard dribble move to the right. But Michael still able to go glass to score.
And one thing you can see, last 2 times down the floor, they got Jordan into an isolation situation so he could go one-on-one.
Jess Kersey indicating a holding foul on Pippen. That's the first picked up by Scottie Pippen.
Give Jordan the ball live at the top of the circle. He loves to play from there, forcing teams to double from the wing, from the side, from behind, from on top, and he still scores.
This series resumes with Game 3 in Los Angeles Friday night, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, right here on NBC. Once again, we go prime time with the NBA Finals. Game 4 in LA Sunday night at 7. That's 4 o'clock West Coast time. Perkins for 3. Sam Perkins from downtown, and he's brought the Lakers within 1. Please note the change in time for Sunday night, Game 4 at the Forum in Los Angeles, 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Cartwright to the fadeaway. 1:20 remaining in the first half. Lakers with the ball. They're down by 1.
You might say to yourself, this is very unusual. The Lakers making all these 3-point shots. Go back a year ago to Detroit against Portland. They held back that little part of their arsenal until the playoff championship series, then burned Portland with the 3-pointer.
Perkins for 3 again. Paxson open. Yes. The Bulls 46 and the Lakers 43. Paxson has hit 4 out of 4. He has 8 points. Perkins. So Sam firing away. Loose ball foul called on Divac. That is his second. 20-second timeout requested by the Bulls. For the Lakers, their 4th team foul. Well, we have seen this from time to time around the NBA where the home club with a spy cam checks out the visiting coach looking to steal signs in the same manner that baseball clubs do. And there it is. They have the camera high atop Chicago Stadium beaming down on the Laker bench.
The spy cam focused just on Mike Dunleavy, get all his calls, get all his signals. Then when they break down the films, going back, getting ready for game number 3, they may just pick up one little thing to help them defend the Lakers a little bit better.
Would that be upsetting to you? In baseball, they've made that illegal. In the NBA, apparently, there's no problem with it.
No, I would just try to wear one of my better suits and ties so it looks good on camera.
Yes. On a serious note, if that is possible, would that bother you? Would you, if you were Dunleavy, you found out about it, would you say, I don't want that done?
I just make sure that it was within the rules and regulations of the NBA. If it is, then fine. Then you should take advantage of it as well when you're back at home. If it's not, then that camera's got to go.
Can you pick up that much? Is it of value?
How much do you need to save 1 basket and win a game?
Again, a nice lead from Jordan. And Grant has been the beneficiary. He has 14. Bulls lead by 5. Final seconds, second quarter. Here's Magic. A 3-point attempt by Worthy. Well, that was an interesting attempt by the Magic man to end the second quarter. And the Bulls walk off with a 5-point lead. Michael Jordan turning it up in the second, finishes with 10 points for the half. Magic Johnson, 4 points, 8 assists in the first half. Coming up, it'll be Bob and Pat with the Bulls up by the count of 48-43.